What's going on, people? Right, today we're going to be looking at Film Print Pro, one of my effects on Bluetooth.com, and how you can achieve the 16mm and 8mm look. So let's get straight into it. So come up to your effects panel, drag Film Print Pro on, and you're instantly going to get that 16mm look with the edge burns, the sort of the masking and the sprockets. When I made this, I really wanted to emulate this for any footage, so you can just simply drag it on, and it's going to make your footage look really cool for music videos and other things like that. So let's move over to the inspector and take a look. So first of all, we've got the sprocket, and you can move the sprocket around. Sometimes you get different film prints where the sprocket is more to the left, more to the right. This just allows you to sort of manipulate that. Once again, now we've got the image mask where you can sort of adjust the image within the masking effect itself. You can come up to the grain size. Now the grain size can be quite intense, so I think the more subtle the better, but ultimately I've set it at sort of a baseline which looks really realistic. Now you can come down to grain strength, and that will also adjust just the strength and the impact of the grain within the image. Now the exposure, the contrast, the highlights and the fade are all things that you would expect them to do, but they adjust on top of the image rather than beneath. So mess around with those. They're really strong and really powerful and can also impact the image you know, in sort of really cool and interesting ways. Like I've just done here, the white balance and the tint is really cool. Now the subtractive saturation will do what it says. It will take away the saturation from the high points in the image. The richness, I've also added in the bleach bypass, which is something that replicates the early 90s films, something that Spielberg used to use a lot. Now if we move on to the halation is a really powerful tool within this and can really adjust and sort of mix and match different variables. As you can see, the on and off is quite strong, as I've set it to be quite visible, but you can adjust these and make it more subtle or more strong depending on what result you want to achieve. So as we dive a bit deeper, you can see there's halation amount, halation radius, halation saturation, and even halation hue. So I really give you the option to mess around with that. There's also the gate weave option. The gate weave used to be the mechanical swing that used to be pushed through the projector in the movies or the cinemas, and it also really sells the effect. It's that subtle jitter that goes up and down and left and right, and I've given you the option to sort of add an amount and a rate as well. So mess around with that and see what you can get, but I've also set it at a baseline that I think looks realistic. So I'm just going to show you another way we can use this. So drag the effect on another clip. Once you've done that, we're going to come and compound the clip. And what we're going to do is essentially enlarge the compounded clip so we can get a more full screen look and kind of remove the sprockets and kind of have the mask so it's just tapering towards the edge. Now I absolutely love this look. It's so stylized, it looks really good for music videos, and is an alternative if you don't actually have a real 8mm or 16mm camera. This works nice for quick cuts, fast-paced movements and stuff like that, or even just an intro or an outro. Who knows? I mean, the possibilities are endless and up to your creativity and your imagination. Here is just some before and afters of the effect, and look at that, looks really stylized, really cool, and ultimately just really simple to use. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this simple guide on how to use Film Print Pro. You can go ahead and find out at Bluetooth.com. It's been a quick one for me, but yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace. And if you're using DaVinci Resolve, guys, check out the full collection of my editing plugins at Bluetooth.com. These tools seriously level up your workflow. From CRT, VHS, and animated titles, I've got you covered.
Pack up your bags and we was up all night, right when the function set. When I turned my back, you froze.